News 1. China coal mine disaster. China is facing growing public anger after the country's deadliest coal mining disaster in more than 15 years. At least 82 people were killed and over 120 injured after a massive explosion at the Liaoxinyi coal mine in Shanxi province, one of China's largest coal-producing regions. Authorities say rescue teams continue searching through damaged underground tunnels while investigators examine the cause of the explosion. Early findings suggest the company operating the privately owned mine committed serious illegal safety violations. The tragedy has shocked many people across China, bringing back memories of the deadly mining accidents that were common during the early 2000s. Citizens on social media are demanding accountability and stronger protection for workers, questioning how such a disaster could still happen after years of promised safety reforms. Families gathered outside hospitals and rescue centers as emergency crews worked around the clock. Government investigators are now inspecting the site, while public pressure continues to grow for justice and major changes in mining safety standards. News 2. Enhanced Games World Record Controversy. Greek swimmer Christian Kolomeev has made headlines after recording a controversial new fastest time in the men's 50-meter freestyle at the Enhanced Games in Las Vegas. The 32-year-old finished the race in 20.81 seconds, beating the previous mark of 20.88 set earlier this year by Australian swimmer Cameron McEvoy. However, the result will not be officially recognized because the Enhanced Games allow athletes to use performance-enhancing drugs banned in traditional sports. The event has sparked major controversy worldwide. Global organizations, including the International Olympic Committee and the World Anti-Doping Agency, strongly oppose the competition, calling it dangerous and against the principles of fair play. Kolomeev also competed wearing a banned polyurethane swimsuit, which is prohibited in official swimming competitions. Despite criticism, organizers rewarded him with a $250,000 prize and an additional $1 million bonus for the unofficial record. The Enhanced Games continue to divide opinion, with supporters calling it the future of sports science, while critics describe it as a dangerous experiment that could harm athletes and damage the integrity of international competition. News 3. Oil prices fall on U.S.-Iran peace hopes. Global oil prices dropped sharply while Asian stock markets moved higher after hopes increased for a possible peace agreement involving the United States, Israel, and Iran. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said negotiators now have what he called a pretty solid proposal on the table and suggested an agreement could arrive very soon. Following the comments, Brent crude oil prices fell more than 5%, while U.S. oil prices also declined significantly. Investors reacted positively to reports that the Strait of Hormuz shipping route could reopen as part of the agreement. The key waterway has remained heavily disrupted since conflict escalated earlier this year. Nearly one-fifth of the world's oil and liquefied natural gas normally passes through the Strait of Hormuz, making the region extremely important for global energy markets. Former President Donald Trump also spoke about ongoing negotiations, saying discussions with Middle Eastern leaders had gone very well and that a peace framework had largely been negotiated, although final details were still under discussion. Iranian officials confirmed that positions between Washington and Tehran had become closer in recent weeks, but warned that major disagreements still remain. Markets are now closely watching whether the talks can successfully prevent further escalation in the region. News 4. Indian companies expand globally. Indian companies are making some of their biggest international business moves in decades as overseas acquisitions continue rising rapidly in 2026. In one of the largest deals, Sun Pharmaceuticals agreed to buy New York-listed healthcare company Organon & Co. for nearly $12 billion. The acquisition is considered India's biggest overseas corporate purchase in almost 20 years. Several other major Indian firms have also announced global expansion deals this year.